Two heads. We will now need to pay double for our haircut. People having a bad hair day may now get extremely frustrated. We will now need one more cap, glare, helmet, etc. We may not be left with much cash. Our two heads may think very differently. We may end up doing different things with different hands. Our two heads may keep on banging with each other. Our two heads may refuse to share items with each other. If one head starts snoring, the other one may not be able to sleep. Thieves will get caught very easily now. Aliens may start worshipping us. Sellers of shampoo bottles will suddenly double their income. To buy aumsum merchandise, visit aumsum.com. How do batteries work? That is a secret. I can't tell anyone. Oh, aumsum. A battery works by converting chemical energy into electricity. A battery consists of one or more electrochemical cells. An electrochemical cell consists of two electrodes separated by an electrolyte. When the battery's two electrodes are connected into a circuit, the negatively charged electrons start flowing through the external wire, while the positively charged ions start flowing through the electrolyte. This balancing of charge is important to keep the reaction running. Now, this flow of electrons through the external wire is basically electricity. It allows us to power our devices. This is how batteries work. Also, there exists a semi-permeable barrier in the electrolyte so that all the ions do not immediately coat the electrode and thus clog the system. What if our hair was made of gold? Oh no, I just colored my hair. Oh, aumsum. Firstly, if our hair was made of gold, the person with the longest hair in the world might become a billionaire. Secondly, if our hair was made of gold, people may stop cutting their hair. Hair salons might shut down. Thirdly, if our hair was made of gold, bald people would be very disappointed. Fourthly, if our hair was made of gold, people may start wearing matching dresses. Demand for gold-colored dresses might shoot up. Fifthly, if our hair was made of gold, cutting our hair will not be easy anymore. Special hair cutting machinery will be required. Lastly, if our hair was made of gold, instead of buying new gold, people may start using their hair to make new jewelry. What if we become slower than a sloth? No ways. Aumsum is always extremely fast. Oh, aumsum. Firstly, if we become so slow, 100-meter race will get extremely boring. People may stop watching it altogether. Secondly, if we become so slow, food delivery guys might start delivering their orders very late. Food will not taste that tasty anymore. Thirdly, if we become so slow, everyone might start coming late to the office. Bosses would be one sad lot. Fourthly, if we become so slow, actors will also deliver their dialogue very slowly. Movies might become extremely long. Fifthly, if we become so slow, animals will be amazed looking at us. Catching them will not be an easy task anymore. Lastly, if we become so slow, we may also start eating very slowly. Some people might actually lose weight. How does a hair straightener work? Simple. It pulls the hair in order to straighten it. Oh, aumsum. Our hair cuticles are made up of a protein called keratin. It is because of keratin that our hair becomes strong, and it is not possible to easily break it. Now, keratin is held together by hydrogen bonds. These hydrogen bonds are responsible for maintaining the natural shape of our hair. They can be modified either by applying water or heat. A hair straightener makes use of this property and straightens our hair by applying heat. When we apply heat using a hair straightener, the hydrogen bonds are modified. This allows us to rearrange our hair, as in straighten our hair. This type of styling is only temporary. After some time, or if our hair comes in contact with water, the hydrogen bonds start returning back to their original shape. Why do we have leap years? Simple. Because I can take great leaps. Oh, aumsum. By definition, a leap year is a calendar year that contains an additional day added to keep the calendar year synchronized with the astronomical year. Our year consists of 365 days. A year is the amount of time it takes a planet to orbit its star one time. It takes Earth approximately 365 days and 6 hours to orbit the Sun. So there is a difference of 6 hours between our calendar year and solar year. Now, those 6 hours just can't disappear, right? In order to make sure that our calendar year matches the solar year, after every 4 years we add those 6 hours 4 times. As in, 1 day is added to a year. Thus, this year has 29 days in February instead of 28. This is why we have leap years. How do electromagnets work? Simple. They work because they have a magnetic personality like me. Oh, aumsum. The construction of an electromagnet is very simple. A conductive wire, usually made of copper, is wrapped around a piece of metal. In this case, iron. Now, with the help of a battery, a current is introduced. This current starts flowing through the coiled wire, resulting in the creation of a magnetic field. This magnetic field magnetizes the iron metal, thus resulting in the creation of an electromagnet. An electromagnet is similar to a magnet. It has 2 poles. Like poles repel each other while opposites attract. It is also able to attract iron filings. The only difference is that the magnetism is not permanent. Once the current is removed, magnetism may stop working suddenly or after some time. An electric bell is a good example of the use of an electromagnet. How do drones fly? Simple. Like birds, they flap their wings. Oh, aumsum. Drones commonly make use of rotors to fly. Just like a fan, when the blades of a rotor start spinning, they start pushing air downwards. While in response to this, the air starts pushing up on the rotor. If the net force generated by the rotors in pushing the drone up is equal to the gravitational force pulling it down, then the drone starts hovering in the air. If the speed of the rotation of rotors is increased to such an extent that the net force generated becomes greater than the gravitational force, then the drone starts going up, as in climbing. Lastly, if the speed of the rotation of rotors is decreased to such an extent that the net force generated becomes less than the gravitational force, then the drone starts coming down, as in descending. How do hurricanes form? I form them. I am the master of thunder. Oh, aumsum. Hurricanes form only over warm ocean waters near the equator. This warm water evaporates, resulting in the formation of warm, moist air over the ocean's surface. This air rises up, creating an area of low air pressure below. Air from surrounding areas pushes into this low pressure area. This air also becomes warm and moist and rises. This cycle keeps on continuing. Now, as the warm, moist air keeps on rising, it cools off and forms clouds. Even big, stormy cumulonimbus clouds are formed. Now, as the warm air continues to rise upward, winds start blowing in a circular pattern around the center. Once these winds reach a speed of 7 the storm is officially classified as a hurricane. It's aumsum time! What if food was free? Wow! This is the best news ever! Aumsum. Firstly, if food was free, exclusive, exquisite food dishes will suddenly vanish. Everyone may get the same dish now. Secondly, if food was free, foodies might start living in tents just outside their favorite restaurants. Thirdly, if food was free, some people may start gulping down huge portions of food. They may gain a lot of weight. Fourthly, if food was free, chefs may not get paid well anymore. They may audition for a new job. Fifthly, if food was free, restaurants may not remain profitable anymore. They may start charging people entry fees. Lastly, if food was free, there may not be much requirement of money anymore. Some people may quit their jobs. To buy aumsum merchandise, visit aumsum.com. What if we were made of glass? No ways. I am made of diamonds. Oh, aumsum. Firstly, if we were made of glass, our body parts may break up easily. We will have to be super careful about everything. Secondly, dirt is very easily visible on glass. If we were made of glass, some people may spend hours cleaning themselves. Thirdly, it is easy to manufacture glass in large quantities. If we were made of glass, replacing broken body parts will be very easy. Fourthly, if we were made of glass, thieves will start hiding in glass buildings. It will not be easy to spot them. Fifthly, if we were made of glass, people who used to perform risky stunts before may lower their risk appetite. Lastly, if we were made of glass, in rainy season, people may start installing wipers all over their bodies. What if we become slower than a sloth? No ways. Aumsum is always extremely fast. Oh, aumsum. Firstly, if we become so slow, 100-meter race will get extremely boring. People may stop watching it altogether. Secondly, if we become so slow, food delivery guys might start delivering their orders very late. Food will not taste that tasty anymore. Thirdly, if we become so slow, everyone might start coming late to the office. Bosses would be one sad lot. Fourthly, if we become so slow, actors will also deliver their dialogue very slowly. Movies might become extremely long. Fifthly, if we become so slow, animals will be amazed looking at us. Catching them will not be an easy task anymore. Lastly, if we become so slow, we may also start eating very slowly. Some people might actually lose weight. It's aumsum time! What if ads disappeared? Oh no! Now where will I advertise my kung fu skills? Oh, aumsum. Firstly, if ads disappeared, Google search may not remain free anymore. We may have to pay for every search. Secondly, newspapers earn a substantial amount of their revenue by showing ads. If ads disappeared, newspapers will have to either raise their prices or risk getting shut down. Thirdly, ads are known to slow down websites. If ads disappear, our browsing experience may suddenly get faster. Fourthly, companies are able to reach as well as sell their products by showing ads. If ads disappear, selling may not remain easy anymore. Fifthly, celebrities as well as influencers earn huge income by featuring in ads. If ads disappeared, their income may dwindle drastically. Lastly, if ads disappeared, social media sites will not be free anymore. One may have to pay a monthly fee to use them. What if our ears disappeared? Oh no! What will I do with my brand new headphones? Oh, aumsum. Firstly, if our ears disappeared, there will be confusion everywhere. Nobody will understand what the other person is saying. Secondly, if our ears disappeared, sign language will suddenly become extremely popular. Thirdly, if our ears disappeared, musicians as well as singers will have to look for a different profession. Fourthly, if our ears disappeared, gradually people will also stop talking as nobody is able to hear anything. Fifthly, if our ears disappeared, earrings will be rendered useless overnight. Sixthly, if our ears disappeared, manufacturers of headphones, speakers, as well as various musical instruments will have to shut their shops. Lastly, snakes have no outer ears, but it is believed that they can hear with their inner ear using vibrations. If our ears disappeared, we will have a lot to learn from snakes. What if fruits disappeared? No problem. I have my cakes and ice creams. Oh, aumsum. Firstly, if fruits disappeared, health-conscious people may lose an extremely important part of their diet. Secondly, fruits are important sources of many essential nutrients. If fruits disappeared, people may start getting nutritionally deficient, which may lead to health problems. Thirdly, parrots as well as monkeys are frugivores, as in, fruit is their preferred food type. If fruits disappeared, they will be mightily disappointed. Fourthly, fruit juices, fresh as well as packaged, have become extremely popular worldwide. If fruits disappeared, the fruit juice industry may have to shut down. Fifthly, in fruit farming, farmers cultivate fruit crops mainly for commercial purposes. If fruits disappeared, fruit farms will close down worldwide. Lastly, many chefs include fruits in their favorite recipes. If fruits disappeared, chefs will have a tough job on their hands. What if windows disappeared? No problem. I will replace all windows with doors. Oh, aumsum. Firstly, windows help in air circulation. If windows disappeared, people may not get any fresh air inside their homes. Secondly, windows allow sunlight and moonlight to enter the house. If windows disappeared, people may turn on lights more often. Electricity bills will increase. Thirdly, if windows disappeared, claustrophobic people, as in people having fear of confined spaces, will be most adversely affected. Fourthly, tourists pay exorbitant sums to get a panoramic view from their hotel rooms. If windows disappeared, profits of hotel industry might plummet. Fifthly, if windows disappeared, traveling in expensive cars or in business class by airplanes will not be attractive anymore. Sixthly, if windows disappeared, there will not be any need for curtains anymore. Curtain industry may completely shut down. Lastly, if windows disappeared, selling a house will not be easy anymore. What if parking lots disappeared? I don't need a parking lot. Aumsum can park anywhere. Oh, aumsum. Firstly, if parking lots disappeared, people may stop buying cars. Entire auto industry might collapse. Secondly, if parking lots disappeared, popularity of ride-hailing apps will increase exponentially. Thirdly, if parking lots disappeared, public transportation may become overburdened. Fourthly, if parking lots disappeared, malls, restaurants, and movie halls might start losing business as people will avoid going to crowded places. Fifthly, if parking lots disappeared, people might start parking cars on roads, bridges, lawns, etc. Our cities may start looking very, very different. Sixthly, if parking lots disappeared, organizing large concerts or sporting events may become almost impossible. Lastly, if parking lots disappeared, much smaller single-seater cars might become extremely popular. What if cheese disappeared? Don't ask me. I need to go urgently and hide all my cheese. Aumsum. Firstly, cheese is an extremely important part of our favorite foods like pizzas, burgers, popcorn, etc. If cheese disappeared, we may not enjoy these foods anymore. Secondly, excessive consumption of cheese can lead to obesity along with other health problems. If cheese disappeared, some people may actually get fitter. Thirdly, cheese is made from milk. If cheese disappeared, demand for milk may fall worldwide. Fourthly, cheese industry employs millions of people in its manufacturing, distribution, as well as sale. If cheese disappeared, many jobs will be lost. Fifthly, many researchers believe that eating moderate amounts of cheese is actually good for our heart and also offers other health benefits. If cheese disappeared, all these health benefits will be lost. Lastly, if cheese disappeared, all the rats will be mightily disappointed. What if chairs disappeared? Great! Now, instead of always sitting, I can start sleeping. Aumsum. Firstly, if chairs disappeared, movies may be made smaller as people may not prefer going and standing for a long time. Secondly, if chairs disappeared, excessive sitting has caused back and neck strain for a number of people. Now continuous standing may result in a number of leg strain problems. Thirdly, if chairs disappeared, after a long working day, people